What up, y'all? It's your boy P Digital TV. Right now, we're talking about Hernandez Govan finally speaking out and finally doing a public interview for the first time in 2 years since he was indicted for the young Dolph murder. He spoke on a couple things, man. He dropped a lot of bombshells in this interview. Shout out to Stan G. O'Main for breaking this interview, man, and kind of sitting there asking the questions that basically everybody want to know, and also providing some more context, right? Now, one of the first things they got into was his relationship with Lil Flip, which actually surprised me. And so basically, he was saying that he threw the first show that Lil Flip had in Memphis. A situation happened, and Lil Flip gave him his number and said, "If you ever need something, call me." And he called him, boom, and that led to Hernandez Govan actually being involved in the T.I. versus Lil Flip beef, actually making the shirts at the Source Awards that said fuck T.I., right? It's also led to him being involved and speaking to Scarface. So I guess that established his Houston connection, right? Provided a lot of insight as to why he was in Houston, and why his daughter actually was in Houston, and why she started making waves in that city, right? And so boom, he spoke on his daughter's death. He said Lil Flip and Lil Uzi showed up to the funeral, right? Said his daughter was actually supposed to be signed to Kodak Black, and she was in talks to being signed to being signed with Sniper Gang, right? Said actually Kodak had bought her a car right before she passed. He released some DMs, posting a conversation, whatever. Yeah, so provided a lot of context on that part. Yeah, crazy, man. Shows that this man had real ass connections, and he had real mob ties, real street ties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he also brought up the fact that his daughter dissed Julio Fulio's ops, right? And that Julio Fulio didn't stop her or nothing. He just let her do it. Also brought up the fact that it could be tied to that, not to young Dolph's murder, and it could be retaliation for that. Also, Stan G.O. man, he asked him straight up. He's like, "Hey, do you know Raven from the cookie shop?" He said, "Who?" Real fast, like real fast. Now you look in this man's eye, you can't even see the whites in this man's eyes. He's like a real demon. So it's like it's hard to believe anything he say, but he cool, calm, and collected, and he immediately, says he doesn't know Raven from the cookie shop. He denounces CMG. He does say he doesn't know CMG. Say he doesn't know Black Youngster. Say he has no ties to them whatsoever, man. He even denies knowing who PRE is. Like he's like as soon as Stangy old man says, "Do you know who PRE is, or how do you feel about PRE?" He's like, "Who?" And won't even acknowledge them, man. And it's crazy because, and I think this is all by design, because this man never announced during the interview until about a week or two after Big Jug died. And so I think what we got is another Lil Durk, King Von situation. They just gonna pin it on the dead guy. And it's so fucking obvious, man. It's so disrespectful to Young Dolph and his family and the fans, man. It's just like a spit in the face, bro, how they doing this shit, man. And how I ain't gonna say that they killed Big Jug or they set that up, but it's just crazy how they using that, or how they gonna spin this situation to basically get off of that. This man's probably gonna beat the case, bro. Like, to be real with you, he's out on bond. He'd say, "How you get bond?" So you got a great lawyer. Come on, man. You got a murder case, bro. But you know what though? I do got homies in Memphis that got murder cases that literally did like 10 years for that shit and got out. So it ain't no surprise that a man with money in Memphis plus connections could basically get off scot-free, even though it is a high profile murder, man. Yeah, like I said, just crazy, just disgusting. Provide a lot of insight, a lot of insight on his street ties, man. And I'm eager to see how this gonna play out. We supposed to have a trial this year. It looks like it's gonna happen at the latter half of the year. But we gonna see how this play out. We gonna see if he gonna snitch or if he gonna tell on Big Jug, or if Big Jug's gonna be just a fall guy, right? I'm P Digital TV, man. I'm back on y'all niggas' ass. Pause. And we gonna keep covering this event. And we gonna keep covering this as it goes on. It's supposed to be a part 2. So, we gonna break everything down as it come out, man. High quality street news. I'm out.